to show you guys how to change those out real quick, I'm going to do it. So this is our demo number 16 that we've had here in the shop for a little while. So we've used it quite a bit, and this thing just does work. So to show you guys how to change the tooling on it, it's pretty simple. Take a screwdriver and thread out the bolt here, and once you get that out, you kind of want to pull the handle forward in a way that's going to pull that up and out of that the two tabs that stick up off of the machine. And then you want to kind of press and force the whole head and handle mechanism back. So it will pivot on this bolt here, and you want to try to move everything straight back with this out of these tabs. And the reason is because this part of here is tapered for strength, and it actually won't go back this direction because it'll hit these tabs. So you got to make sure it's higher there, and then you can push this back. And what that does is right on the front here, there's a groove where the die goes inside the handle. So when you press that back, then it exposes the punch, and if you've got it pressed back far enough, you slide that top punch right out of there. So not a big deal. So then you can drop that back in. And to show you one thing I usually do if I'm changing out both of them, before I put the top punch back in there, I'll leave that like that. 1/2 inch wrench, and loosen up the bolts that hold the lower die, and then the Allen bolt that holds it in place there, or the little set screw. So back that out. Then you can do one if you want. You can rotate that out of the way, and then you can punch that bottom die out of there. Slides right out. There is a little notch in the lower die that you put forward towards the set screw. So you want to line that up with the set screw when you drop it in. You know, get it as close as you can, and get that set down in there. And then you can tighten up on that set screw to hold that in place. Now when you get the bolt back in, so we'll drop these in. Don't tighten them up yet, leave them loose. So I usually get them to where they're finger tight, and then I back them off a little bit so I can still move that around. And then I'll take the upper punch and drop it down in the hole there until it's down through the die in the bottom. So you want to be able to line that up there. So that's when you know it's lined up with your die, and then you can secure the holder in place with the punch through the die. And then at that point, you'll be ready to bring the handle back forward to pick up the punch and go from there. So you can just ease that forward, make sure your punch is raised up to the right height. And you want to make sure you keep a little bit of pressure to keep this arm here barely above these tabs, because it will change the angle of this. So as you come forward, you need to make sure you're as level as possible, and just kind of wiggle that thing forward until this drops down in between these two tabs. And then when you get that hole lined up there, you may have to wiggle the handle around just a little bit. Thread that back in, and that's your punch and die change on both the 16 and 17 punches.